Welcome to Title Talk with your host, Drew Wishover, entrepreneur, a published author, and owner of Inspired Title Group, along with his co-host and CEO, Amy Maley. Each week, they offer you some laughs, industry terminology, tips and strategies, along with the occasional real estate professional to help educate you as it pertains to buying, selling, or just plain old homeownership. Thanks for spending time with them. Now, let's jump into today's episode of Title Talk.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. We made another week. Thank you so much for joining us today on Title Talk. I'm your host, Drew, with
co-host Amy.
Oh my gosh, we are so happy today to not only celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We can't wear green because if we did, we'd all be floating heads because of the green screen.
But you do love that.
I do love
You
the
do.
floating head.
The one time it happened.
I almost did the floating head thing. It
Dude,
would have been. It was
that-
fun. But I
That
didn't want
bacon
to do it
sweater
today.
will be burned in my brain for the rest of forever.
Yes, it was. We are so excited and thankful to have a guest here today that is in the industry of mortgage lending. I'm not going to take any more time because I got so many questions and I want to jump into Jonathan Wells. Thank you so very much for joining us here today. Why don't you just start this whole thing and kick it off and talk about you for a little bit as to who you are, what you do, and we'll get into this fun.
Sure. Well, Drew, thank you so much for having me over here. Really appreciate the opportunity. Super great office. Really like you guys.
Oh my God, you really like us?
I know, right? It's crazy.
God, that's so cool.
He has to say that because he's on.
Yeah.
Right,
exactly.
right, he's getting gifts.
They wrote a check.
Right, shh, we're supposed to talk about the money. Okay, go ahead.
No, I like you guys. It's awesome. Just the experience, the opportunity to get to know you guys over the last couple of weeks and months has just been awesome. So appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. This is, we're doing the month of March. We're talking about lending, mortgages. There's a lot of terms out there that the people maybe they hear but they don't know about, and I'd love to just kind of talk to you a little bit about helping our audience understand what the role is of a mortgage lender, and how do you facilitate the transaction? What is it that you do to give the people what they need? And what part of the transaction are you really involved in?
Yeah. So as a loan officer, you wear a lot of different hats. So there's a lot of different clients you're servicing. So whether it's your referral partners, your VIPs, your realtors, or even your client, right?
Right.
So every person you talk to in the transaction is going to have a different need for you. So your realtor, you really need to be the communicator. You need to be able to help them out and help them understand the process, how it affects their client,
Sure.
and what things their client needs to do to get the process moving and to complete it in a timely manner, right?
Right.
For the client, the hat that you would wear
Mm-hmm.
is you need to get them one approved for a loan, that's your job,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the second thing on top of that too is how does that loan work with your client, and how does it help them build wealth?
Yeah.
Because if you're not helping your clients build wealth, then you're just like every other loan officer that's out there working at the bank or whatever it is, and you're gonna get lost in the gray area of really where our market's at.
I like that build wealth piece.
Yeah.
I don't think people go into a loan thinking about building wealth. They think about getting into debt, right? Because I'm taking out a loan. How am I building wealth? So speak to that for a bit. How do you build wealth while getting in debt?
Yeah, absolutely. So if I told you today that I could give you a negative 6% interest rate,
Right.
would you believe me?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
But if I showed you that, hey, rates right now are at 4%, right?
Right. Mhm.
Roughly,
Yeah.
depending on all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Let's say rates are roughly at 4%. The producer price index came out, which is a inflationary report,
Right.
showing that year-over-year inflation
Right.
is at 10% right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So if I can loan you money
Right.
at 4%,
right.
but your money's costing you if you tie it up into an asset like real estate,
Right.
it's costing you 10% to hold that money.
Right.
Then the difference is negative 6%.
It is.
So that's just some small lessons you can teach your client
Yeah.
that help them understand how to leverage their money. And so yes, you're taking out a loan, but what's the opportunity cost of the cash you'd be using?
That's.
It's a lot of words.
It
It's
is,
a lot of...
but it's. Simplifying it, I understand it because being in the industry and having some of a financial background. I mean, I totally get that. Do you find that that's hard to communicate and really get that message across to your borrower?
Yeah, depending. I mean, it could be challenging at some points, right? There's a lot of different tools that loan officers have that you can use to kind of help convey that message to. So it's not, not going to jump on a call and say, hey, let me meet you a negative 6% interest rate, right? not using that on the first call, right?
Yeah.
But usually in the loan consultation, we'll break that out a little bit more and we'll share with them, hey, here's some small lessons, and then we'll build upon that to then the bigger lessons, as time moves on.
That's fantastic. And what do you got? You
I
got
don't
some
know.
fun there.
There's a.
Yeah, why don't we start at the beginning?
What's the beginning? How long have you been doing this?
Yeah.
Great
Like,
question.
how have you how'd you get into this? How long have you been doing
Yeah,
this?
the why.
What's your background?
Give us the why.
He's young.
Awesome. So
He's
yeah,
such a baby.
I'll explain the why. I'll expose myself for everybody here. So,
All right, go.
so it all started, back about 5 years ago. So I've been.
So you were 12.
So when he was
Exactly.
4.5.
Yes. So I started. I was 17 at the time,
Okay.
and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Right.
He's 22.
So, yep. So, yes, we'll get there.
We're all math. We're all math.
So, yes. So I
Math
started at
major.
17. I was working at a fast food in the fast food industry. My dad called me because he had just.
You were not on fries, were you?
No, I was
Okay.
I was breading chicken. So
All right, breaded chicken is
Yeah.
better than fries.
exactly.
All right,
So
good deal.
I floated around a little bit, but anyways, my dad at the time called me and he just got in the mortgage business about 5 years prior.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So he was like, hey, what I'm in the mortgage business. I want you to potentially interview with me. Like, I'd like to see you try this out.
Nice.
I was almost like, well, I kind of like where I'm at. I got friends over here. Like, things are going great. I don't really need anything right now.
Yeah.
And then like all my friends left because they all went to college.
Right.
And
How
so,
dare they?
I know, right? How dare they move on with
Ruin
their
your
lives?
perfect
Yeah.
thing.
So I then called up and was like, yo, it sucks over here right now. I
Yeah.
was like, I hate everybody that I work with. Like, not really hate them, but it was
Yeah.
just not a great environment.
Yeah.
And so he brought me on. So I started there when I was 17. When I turned 18, I started licensing classes because you got to
Okay.
be an adult to like actually sell someone a mortgage.
Yeah.
Hashtag adulting.
Yeah. So it actually took me like a whole year to get my mortgage license.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this.
Oh
but
yes.
if you fail your licensing test, you gotta wait a month.
Mhm.
If you fail it 3 times, you gotta wait 6 months. So I passed it on my 4th attempt. So I had to wait 6 months. It took
Okay.
me almost a whole year to get my license.
All right. Nice. Transparency is good. Nice.
Absolutely.
It's
So-
not easy.
Well, and going through it when you're 18, like that's, you know what I mean? Like it has to be.
Yeah, I didn't know what a lien was.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's not common knowledge for an 18-year-old. You know what I
That's-
mean?
that's-
Like
your mindset is, I want to be on fries. It's not, I want to know what a lean is.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
that's why you have to find a great title company that knows what liens are.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yes. Please, for the love of God, if you're
Plug
talking
in.
about what liens are.
I
Yes,
got you.
I would hope so.
Uh-huh.
So I really kind of like, and at a point there I stalled out too, because after I missed it my 3rd time, I knew I'd have to wait 6 months.
Yeah.
I missed it by, you had to get 75, I got a 74.
Oh.
It was terrible, heartbroken, and I was really like losing motivation to even do it, right?
For sure.
But then I went with the group of loan officers, I got invited over with them to go to the sales rally.
Okay.
And so I met one of my mentors at the sales rally, and there's all these people on stage that are really successful loan officers closing crazy amounts of business,
Yeah.
and they're all like opening up and saying, hey, like I'm not really all that great, right?
Right.
Like if I can do this, you guys can do it too.
Yep.
And so they were completely open, super transparent. I always thought that successful people were, had like, I don't know, like a drug addiction or something like that, right?
I don't.
And so,
I do not. No, this is not about me.
And so they opened up about themselves, and it was super cool to see, and that really is what it like kept me going because I wanted to be like that, right?
Mhm.
Right. Absolutely.
So fast forward, got my license, I passed it. It was awesome. I had to get a tutor, like it was a whole thing, and then started selling loans. So, and that's really like what kind of got me there was the competitiveness of it, the seeing other people be successful in the industry, and then from that point to now, what I've really fallen in love with is being able to take these really big concepts that people
Mm-hmm.
know about but don't understand, so like
Yeah.
retirement and things like that,
Mhm.
and be able to explain it to somebody and help them, just by interacting with my company, whether we do a loan for them or not,
Yeah.
they could be in a better position 20 years from now because of that conversation.
So, I'm sorry, go
No, I
ahead.
was gonna say probably the relationships too. I feel like you're an outgoing guy is probably one of the parts that you like about this job, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like
I
the
like
people you meet, the people you work with, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cool. It's gotta
Absolutely.
be a cool thing.
I guess, like, just to quickly catch everybody up, if you guys are just tuning in here now, and if you have any, loan questions or questions about the mortgage industry, or if you want to learn something, or if you want to ask something, now's a great time to do it. Certainly, put it in the chat. Brittany can let us know, and we can, get your answer here right away.
Yeah.
And it's free. I guess summarizing a little bit of what you said, if you guys are just kind of joining in, what you do, what you provide is not just a lend. You provide a little bit more of a kind of a financial preparation and basket to say, okay, here's your loan over here, but let's look at your portfolio of other things that are going on in your financial place, and let's also see how we can protect those assets, and how can we, work with the future.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's not a typical lender, mortgage loan officer. That's not a typical job description for them, correct?
Right. Right. Exactly.
So, what do you title yourself as? I mean, are you a loan officer? Are you how do you title yourself?
Yeah. So like, I mean, there's a million different titles in the mortgage business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Normally.
Yes, it's
So-
many different hats. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
many different hats. Yeah. Normally, I just tell people, senior loan advisor, right? Because
Okay.
I'm there to really help you as a client of mine
Yeah,
figure out, how does this debt play into your long-term strategy?
perfect.
And so, like you said, yeah. So
That's I think that just in what Jonathan is talking about here, I think has value. And when you say, gee, what's the difference between going to this person for a loan or this person for a loan or the online, the .com lenders, I can give you that answer really quickly if you haven't heard it. He's doing more than just lending. He's looking at your financial portfolio and trying to provide some real good foundation to, yes, you're going to get a loan, but in addition to that, you're going to get some understanding of your financial place, because people are really revealing their whole financial history and portfolio to you,
right, exactly.
right? And that's a little bit nerve-wracking for some, or maybe even uncomfortable.
Talk about
You know,
transparency.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh, my credit score,
Yeah.
I don't want somebody to see it, I'm never gonna get a loan, and, there, all of these different things that play into that whole concern. But as that's part of your industry, that it doesn't matter.
Right, yeah. And I would say too, like, people are, like you said, they're opening up to you, right?
Yes.
Like, think of somebody, proposing to their fiance, and hopefully this never happened to you, but proposing to their girlfriend.
have a fiance.
Well, yes, but like in the past.
Rewind.
So, back a couple years. So let's
Yeah.
say you have a girlfriend, you propose to them, and then they tell you no, right?
Right.
That would be like somebody getting all their asset documentation, pay stubs, pulling their credit, looking
Right.
at the the bankruptcy they had 2 years ago,
Yep.
whatever it was,
Yep.
and then the lender telling them, not just saying like, hey, you can't get approved because we don't really control that, but just brushing them off or disregarding them,
Right.
or like treating them like less than what they are,
Yeah.
just because they can't get a loan today, right?
Right.
And so, obviously we need loans today, so we do focus on clients that actually qualify, right?
Right.
But, if somebody has somebody has a credit card late from 6 months ago, like I understand stuff happens,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's life.
Yeah.
So let's figure out what happened there and let's address that. But we're not going to, you're not gonna just say, oh well, your credit score's not good enough, you're not approved by.
Right. Right.
You gotta show that you care a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And really, there are tools and ways that you can help these folks build those credit scores, so that maybe they don't qualify now. Maybe it's not going to work at the particular moment in
But
time
okay.
here, but in a short period,
Mhm.
with a little effort and guidance,
Right.
that can help. And
Yeah.
and that's what I think you can also assist and provide. And I think that's important for you folks, watching here today is, yeah, maybe you want to go out and start looking to buy a house and you're ready to get into the market, but your credit is maybe not up to par or where you need it to be. There are so many different programs. There's so many different opportunities that are available to look at that, you kind of direct them to, or say, hey, maybe not now, not never, but just not now.
Exactly, yeah. And there's always going to be something you can do, even for the client that has a 400 credit score.
Yeah.
You can tell them, hey, the first step is to start making your payments on time, right? So, yes, like
Take it
that's,
first.
that may be a little
Yeah.
direct, right? But
Right.
it's, talking to them, okay, you have a, you have an issue right now, your credit score is 400. So let's peel back the onion, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Do you have more debt than you can handle right now?
Right.
Okay, well, maybe you need to go, like, maybe bankruptcy is something you need to do. Like,
Right.
that could be a viable option for
Yeah.
somebody, right?
Right.
But if you're gonna go through that, or, you either way gotta fix your situation, whatever
Yeah.
you do, here's a budget form, here's a video that we shot on how to use a budget form.
Yep.
Let me give you a call in 30 days and just see if you start implementing it, right?
Yeah, I think
It's
that's
just the
great.
small things, right? Like,
Mhm.
you're a football guy.
Yeah.
You don't win football games by throwing 50-yard passes.
Nope.
You win football games by taking, getting 3 to 5
Chunks.
yards per play, right?
Chunks.
So it's just the small things you can do to make yourself stand out a little bit more.
Yeah. I think that's really good advice.
It is.
I think there's a question out there.
There is
from
a
listener.
question.
You, go ahead, Abe.
All right, what's the difference between a lender, a loan officer, and a broker?
Cool. They are pretty much all the same. Just not to burst your bubble or anything like that, but they're pretty
Darn,
much
they
all
were
the same.
expecting a big difference.
I know. I will say that, like, there's people that are mortgage bankers, then there's people that are mortgage brokers,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
At the end of the day, you get the same result, right? Yes, there's different structures. I probably won't go into all that right now because it's not super relevant.
Mhm.
But
And we want to stay awake.
yeah, exactly. Yes.
Well, now stay tuned.
It's still early in the morning, so yes. As a consumer, there's really not a huge difference. You're still gonna get the loan either way, so
Oh, that's good. Good question. Thank you. I hope that got you the answer you were looking for. Something that I personally think that we talked about a little bit last week on the show, Aim, and I think it's something that now that we have somebody that is in the business to really clarify a little bit what we were talking about. We were talking about the approval letter and the approval process.
And pre-approvals and
Yep,
all
Jonathan and
that
I
fun
spoke
stuff.
a little bit about that, prior to going on air here today, and I said that there's some importance lying around that because the validity of these things is so varying. And if you can spend just a couple minutes talking a little bit about the approval process, the pre-approval process, what you guys do as far as checking that out, et cetera.
Yeah, absolutely. So first, I'd like to talk about why it's actually important and why people should actually
Sure.
care about that, right?
Yeah,
And it's a great question. The reason why people should care about it is, I don't know if anyone, people that are watching this are probably looking at home, they've probably seen the housing market.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are obviously in the housing industry as well. The market right now is so competitive.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be going up against 5 to 10 other people for every single house you look at.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you're buying in Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. Like I got clients all over the place that they're all dealing with the same stuff,
Yep.
right? And so, even people that are in southern Indiana, like I don't know how many people live out there, but there is like, it's just super competitive, right?
Mhm.
So personal story, I am selling my house right now. I had to accept an offer.
Okay.
I got 4 offers in,
All right.
and 2 of the offers gave me the exact same price.
Okay.
So exact same price, very similar conditions.
Right.
They weren't gonna ask for anything huge on the inspection response, all that stuff, right? They were both like way over list price.
Okay.
And it really came down to which lender did my agent trust more.
Yeah.
That honestly, that's what it came down to.
Yeah.
2 great agents put offers in, I knew both of them.
Okay.
Their clients were all set. It really came down to how much were they putting down for a down payment, so we can squeeze an appraisal gap if we need to.
Mhm.
Right.
And then also what who the actual lender was. So that's
Okay.
why it matters.
Okay.
Because if you're if there's a lender that has a reputation for screwing up deals, you're probably gonna be less there's less opportunity to
yeah.
actually get your offer
Yeah,
accepted.
for sure.
Interesting.
Or you'll have to offer way more than what it would take if a local lender had your file, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Because at the end of the day, money's important too. So if you're gonna guarantee $20,000 over the appraisal, you'll probably win no matter what offer you have.
Right.
Lender you have or whatever it is. But maybe you need to go that high in
Right.
the first place, right? So that's really why it matters. How it's different, and it's different for every single company. Just like the mortgage broker, mortgage banker, and and loan officer, and all those titles, it's at the end of the day it achieves the same thing, but they're different for every company. So I can only really speak to how I do things.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't really issue any pre-qualification letters.
Okay.
So pre-qualification letter, for somebody that's wondering, you would call into a mortgage company. You may give them your social to run credit,
Mhm.
but you're just gonna tell them, hey, I make this, and this is how much I have saved up, and they'll say, okay, cool. Based off that information, you should be approved for this, right?
Right.
And I don't even know why people issue those because
Right.
it doesn't really mean anything.
Useless.
Yeah, it's useless because like the consumer, they're not intentionally lying about their
Right.
information usually,
Right,
but they're not a loan officer, right?
Right.
So they don't know how their information applies to that loan.
for
Yeah.
sure.
So they don't know that, oh, the fact that I just started the sales job means that I have to wait, a certain amount of time for my commissions to stack up
Right.
to then realize that, hey, they can average out my income. Or as a, union employee, that, hey, the fact that I had 14 jobs last year as a
Right.
union contractor, it might be an issue, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I have 14 different W-2s, maybe a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
there's always things like that would, could gum up a deal. And if you don't know as a consumer, which is not your job to know, then, you're not going to be able to get the right result, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So how I do business is you'll call in the office. We have a direct phone number that my loan partner takes. She will take the information over the phone. I firmly believe in applications over the phone
Mm-hmm.
because it just builds the client connection, right?
Okay. All right.
At that point, we can issue a pre-qualification if we need to. We don't usually do it because they tell the clients to give me the documents right away.
Yeah.
But they'll give me their documents, and then I will hop on either that day, or if I cannot get to it before 5 when I have to leave,
Mm-hmm.
then I will hop on like around midnight to get it done,
Okay.
right? So I'll review everything.
Yep.
Say, okay, how much do they actually make? Have we verified their employment? Do we have at least pay stubs to show that?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have all the documentation required? I'm scanning it, checking for anything that could be an issue, and then I'll shoot the client an email, and I'll put my assistant on there, so that way in the morning they can follow up, get the last things that we need into, and we'll issue a pre-qualification letter or
Okay.
pre-approval letter.
Okay.
So the pre-approval letter means that I've verified everything. I can close this deal in 21 days, if we need to.
Okay.
Obviously paying an appraisal and all that stuff too.
Right,
Of course.
right.
But should the appraisal come back in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
which is pretty standard for appraisals right now, then we can close the deal in 3 weeks.
Right.
It's not an issue. So it gives the client the ability, and it helps our reputation to actually get the deal accepted.
So real quick, just a little bit of that difference is that you've done a little bit more on the front side than just collecting a verbal confirmation of what they think they make and what they think they owe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what we see when, being on the development side, obviously being in the rehab market, we're selling houses as well. So we start selling houses, and what do we see? We see the pre-approval letter that is not the one that you just referenced.
Right.
We hear the folks calling and go, I make $60,000, I have $20,000 of debt that I currently pay out, I'm qualified for $400,000. Oh my God, no, you're not.
Right.
There's no
exactly.
way
No
that you are.
Yeah.
No way, yeah, no way at all.
Right?
No. And that's another thing that I will definitely hop on that in 1 second here too. So we all lend the same money at the end of the day.
Right.
And that's why mortgage bankers and mortgage brokers are not really all that, yes, they're different a little bit, but not to the consumer, not as much, right? So you're gonna have to give me the same documents, whether I give you a pre-qualification letter today and don't see anything, or if I get all the documents and give you a pre-approval letter, right? You're gonna have to give me the same documents no matter what
Good
happens.
point, for sure.
So would you rather give it to me up front, we deal with the issues up front that we need to deal with, or would you rather deal with those when you have a moving van in the driveway trying to close on your house, right?
That's a very good point.
So,
it is.
the one is significantly less stressful than the other, right? For me and for you.
Yeah,
So
great.
that's why we really push for it up front, and we'll fight battles. Like I had a client that it took us 2 months to get them pre-approved because we had to rescore them with the credit,
Mm-hmm.
get documents in, and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
But now that we've fought all those battles, they can close it on in 21 days, and
Right.
it's not that bad,
Mhm.
right? And the 2 months was good. We had to rescore them, and that was a whole deal. But anyways, which rescoring is like, you pulled your credit, it's not where it needs to be. We did 1 or 2 things, we adjusted it, we re-pulled your credit, now it's good. So that'll take a little bit. But to your point, with the buying, make 60 buy 400,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people right now are not getting the financial literacy they need
Mm-hmm.
on these on the loans that they're being offered, right?
Right.
And so if you're a realtor and you're taking your clients out and they're seeing 15 or 20 different homes and they still have not at least written one offer,
Right.
the reason why they're not writing an offer is because they're scared about the payment of the house.
Okay, that
And
makes
so
sense.
that's one of the reasons. I mean, that might not be the reason, but it's one of the
Yep,
But it's
reasons,
makes sense.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because if you show them 20 houses, there's probably one that they would at least like, right?
You would think.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, they could be super picky, but that's a
Yeah.
different
Right.
story.
Right.
So, if someone's trying to buy anything over 3 times their income, they're going to feel the pressure of that payment.
Right.
And so that's where the financial coaching comes in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our consultation saying, hey, you make, $100,000 a year, you can buy up to a $300,000 home.
Mm-hmm.
And here's why. because at that price point, this is what your payment's going to be,
Right.
and this is probably affordable for you.
Yep.
And like obviously,
Yeah.
I'll ask them what's your comfortable payment, and it'll lead into 3 times their income
Yep.
because that's how it always works.
Right.
But then the client trusts me because
Yep.
they know, hey, I'm not trying to get them approved for the max they can get approved for.
For sure.
Definitely.
And I'll
yeah.
tell their agent and the client in an email, hey, you're approved up to 500,000, but based on your payment goals, you need to buy around 300,000. Don't buy a $350,000 house.
No.
Buy
That's it.
300 because you can still hit these goals. One of those is saving 20% of your income.
Yep.
So you can invest it and make sure you have a retirement.
Yep.
Because Amy and my generation, we're not gonna have Social Security.
I'm still young.
Sorry, Drew.
I probably won't either. Yeah, I probably
But,
won't either. Don't,
Yeah, I'm giving you a hard time, but
yeah, it hurt.
but yeah, so I had to get you back.
I got you.
So
I got you.
that's how you build trust with your clients. That's how you build trust with your agents, and then your
Yeah.
agents will refer you more deals because of that.
Yeah,
For
no.
sure. That makes
And-
total sense.
This has really been helpful. This has really been something that I think has been very educational to offering the differences in ideas and some terms and really qualifying and quantifying what that process looks like. And it is different with everybody. And to the listener's question of what's the difference between all of these different parties, the difference is that the attention to the individual,
Yep.
the attention to the client.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What how do you do something differently to earn that client's business?
Right.
And I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate you kind of being transparent to say, hey, I started here and I went through these things, and it was not an easy process. However, what I got was where I am today, and look at what I'm doing now in the industry for my clients, for my people, because it's now more about, well, it's all about them. It's
Oh, absolutely.
all about
Yeah.
delivering the best service that you can
Mhm.
and being different. How are you different? You're talking about financial wealth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how you're different.
Yeah.
Yep.
A different ballpark.
Why don't we close this up with Jonathan? Give him that question that is right above the last one.
My favorite question
Yeah,
of all of our guests.
This is Amy's baby. I'm gonna absolutely say she loves this question for our guests.
I do. Any horror stories that
Any
you
horror
have to
stories?
share?
Oh, that I have to share. Okay.
I mean, client confidentiality and all that fun stuff too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of a few. I'm just trying to figure out.
There's
the right
more
one.
than one.
There's-
Oh my!
There's a few, I mean, you're in the mortgage industry.
You
It's
are.
always like all this
Yeah.
crazy
One a
stuff.
week.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
A moving truck in the driveway and you can't close.
I would say the
Are they all kind of around like the same basis of like getting very close to a close and then something happens, lose a job or something like that?
yeah, like during COVID, there's a lot of clients that lost jobs.
Yeah.
And like as a client, and as a loan officer, to understand like the client's not necessarily always in control
No, sure.
of
Not
their
at all.
situation. So I'll share one with you that happened last year.
COVID times.
So the
Oh man, he's giggling already.
Yeah. It was a crazy story. So the let's see. Well, I don't know if I can.
Yes.
There's like 2 of them that happened right at the same time. So okay, it was during COVID. So
I guess
both
we'll have
these-
to come back next
both
time.
the clients, both the clients lost their job. Like they both got laid. One was the guys working at a major automotive factory
Okay.
that may or may not be close to this area,
Okay.
and they had a layoff in August. And so as soon as he had the contract in, like the next day, he got laid off.
Oh no.
So I called the agent and I was like, hey, here's the deal. This client got laid off. Like I don't have any income.
Yeah.
We're trying to buy this house non-contingent because
For sure.
they haven't listed their condo yet. And, they have the cash for it, they have everything else, but, I don't know when they're gonna go back to work. And so I talked to the client, I was like, call your manager, see like if you can be on the first wave of people that go back,
Yeah.
see when they're thinking that you're gonna be back, to work and all that stuff. So closing date I think was like August 21st or whatever it was. And he was supposed to go back like on the 10th. And
Okay.
this was like and then when we talked it was like in mid-July, right? So the agent called and she's like, well, we're just not gonna tell the seller. Like we're just gonna like write it out. And I was like, well, that's not really how I would do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll call the seller and say, hey, here's the deal. Clients
What?
just got laid off. They're expected to come back here.
Yeah.
We are still like, if that happens, we can still close on time. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. But I just want to let you know, in case
Transparency.
in case 3 weeks go by and he still has not gotten his job back,
Right.
then there may be an issue that you would then be pissed off because
Yeah.
you'd say, hey, why didn't I hear about this 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
So, it was a new working relationship with that agent, and so I made the mistake of, not obeying my personal rule and still communicating to the listing agent. So I kind of
Yeah.
let it go. The client didn't go back to work the time frame they thought they would. They ended up going back to work the week before closing. We still closed the deal, still all worked out.
Okay.
But
So did you sleep like over that course of 2
no,
weeks,
not
3
really.
weeks?
Yeah,
God,
no,
that's
not really.
insane.
And so the client ended up, they still got the house, but the buyer's agent was blowing me up. It was her idea to do all this. Was blowing me up, like literally every single day, like that week before closing. That's super important. you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Every single day was calling, texting, like blowing me up like a psychopath. And I'm over here like, hey, you know what? Like, I really need to just not deal with this right now.
Yeah.
And
Oh
so,
my gosh.
stuff is gonna happen when you're under contract or when you're doing a transaction. And most of the time, it's not really anybody's fault. It's just how life works, right?
Yes. I'm sure.
I like to think we do a really good job of vetting people up front, especially, now that we've seen some things like that happen in the last, 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
That we can then, get ahead of a lot of these things. But life is still gonna happen.
For sure.
And so, as a client, just work with us, and as a realtor, know that, hey, we're gonna do our best to get this deal done. Life's still gonna happen. There's always ways to fix things.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, if you're already under contract and you have to extend the closing 1 week and you know about it right when the deal starts,
Right.
it's probably a little bit easier to sell that to your sellers and say, hey, we just need to move closing back 1 week, and they don't have everything scheduled for utilities to shut off and for
Oh my
moving
gosh.
trucks to be out and all that
Ugh.
stuff.
Right.
So, just transparency is like the number one thing you can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I think that's well said, and that's a good ending point to really a very good conversation. I can't express enough the importance of transparency, communication
Mhm.
through the whole process, and yes, things are going to happen, and we're gonna roll with those things. We're gonna help out. So
Yep.
having professionals involved in the transaction, people who get it, people who understand. I think that's tremendously important. Working with people who care about the process and really get the process. So, thank you so very much to take time out of your day to come out here and educate us and our listeners. If you guys want to get a hold of Jonathan, his information is right behind him. His information
Sure,
is
it's
right there.
behind
And I think that if you're thinking about selling, if you're thinking about buying, buying a home, if you want to talk about, hey, my credit might be a little bit rough, now's a good time to take that on, and don't. There's no judging. It's just get in it and let it get taken care of. So, thank you so very much. Let them know again how they can get a hold of you.
Last question, really quick. Carol
Yeah.
wants to know, Cubs or Sox?
You're
better
gonna
not
hate
answer this
me.
No.
So the true answer
Oh, I know.
is neither.
Oh,
Right.
Because I don't watch baseball.
There you go.
Unfortunately.
How about
Yeah.
the NCAA tournament? Not much.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not a huge person
I actually
either.
had to hop on and pick my bracket for
Yeah.
the office.
Important things on Thursdays.
I know, yeah. Important things on Thursday. I still have to do that, but I'm more of a football guy, and the teams that I like. I'm from New Orleans, so I don't sound like it because I was raised here, but I was born there. So I'm a big Saints fan, and then I also a big LSU fan, so I like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase over the Bengals right now. So
Okay, so good deal. That was a great conversation. This is a wonderful spot to
give you your party
we got a
gift?
Oh,
beautiful
awesome.
gift here.
There you go.
love
Thank
it.
you so much for coming. We
Yes, you
appreciate
guys
it.
do so much. You did great. We really
Yes.
appreciate this. Guys, please, if you're thinking about needing a loan, Jonathan's our guy. We love working with him. We're excited about building a relationship with you as the future goes.
absolutely.
This is going to be a great relationship. So
Appreciate
we're
it.
going to kind of let him go and say some goodbyes to him. So while we do that, we've got a fabulous little clip that I think you guys are going to enjoy for St. Patrick's Day. So stay tuned. We'll be
Wait.
back in.
Wait, okay, one thing.
What?
Sorry, before we
Uh-oh.
break off real quick, just drop a comment in there, guys, if you're watching this. I have a wealth workshop on the 26th, so I think it's next Saturday. So if you are at all interested in learning how to grow your finances,
Nice.
whether you're looking to buy a house or not, drop a comment. We'll get you an invite link over there.
Awesome.
It's at my office. I do it in person, so come on out. I'd love to see you over there.
That's
Awesome.
great.
Thank
That's
you.
a great little plug there. So
Sorry,
take
shameless.
no, that's wonderful. I love it. That's what this is all about. It's about you. So
It's all about
take a peek
you.
at this little clip and come on right back because we got some more great things that we're going to talk about here on Title Talk. So Thank you, Jonathan, for being here with us, and
Thank you, Joe.
stay tuned, everybody.
You guys
Wow.
are maniacs.
That is great, right? That was
His
some-
office.
That was some office fun right
It
there.
was-
That was some absolute office fun. I mean, wow, Jonathan, again, great
Yeah.
information.
Yes.
Great
He
guest.
knows so much about so much. for
As a
being
young
as
guy,
he
he
is.
definitely has
Yes.
put in his time and he's done his homework. He's got a lot of knowledge, a lot of information, and really genuine in what his goals are with
And he
with
loves
people.
this. Like
Yeah.
he's very passionate about
Definitely,
what he
definitely good.
sees
So
and stuff,
please reach out to him. Let's keep moving here. And
Yeah.
give
So
some people some positive vibes on St. Patrick's Day.
yeah, so I am going to go with the idea of luck because it
Nice,
is
I
St.
like it.
Patrick's Day. All
I
right.
like it.
So in reality, what is luck? It is the right opportunity at the right time. Even though people do a lot of hard work for the given job and people recognize it as being very lucky, remember those words are not to hurt your determination, but to tell you that you got the right chance. Good fortune has a big role to play in all the matters that we do in life. So I guess the first thing I kind of want to touch on a little bit is the importance of luck in our life.
Yeah.
Luck has a significant role in either a positive or a negative way. There is no specific pattern of how luck has changed life from time to time, but it has played a significant role in a few things which have changed life totally upside down. It might be a little sad to accept the fact that luck plays a significant role in life in spite of putting a lot of effort or determination into doing any task. But the reality is, it also contributes to life's accomplishments. It has never lessened our efforts to do things, but added along with our efforts. We have to accept that there are many things in the world which are out of our control. Right from birth to death, we have so many things taking place without our influence at all. It is never like our own confidence, efforts, and struggle in doing things have gone down in vain, but luck helps to do things and enables us to cope with bad luck around us. So, how do we create luck?
We're gonna create it. That's
We're
good.
gonna go through a couple ways that maybe we can help create luck.
Let's create some luck, Em.
Work on your potential.
Ooh, I like it.
Be adaptive to new things,
Like it.
which is something I admittedly have to try to.
Yeah, but you've done well.
I'm trying, but work in progress. Being flexible to new changes,
Mhm.
also a big one that I'm still
Absolutely.
working on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Effective networking.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been putting more, time and energy into that, and I
Lots
think
of
it's starting
effort
to
there.
pay. And
Mhm.
Jonathan is, an example of that
Yeah.
happening. Go by your intuition. I've never struggled with that. That's
Right
kind of my leading role. Aim higher and think big.
Nice.
The end.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep it nice and short and sweet.
Oh,
kind
so
of
am I. So am I.
Focusing on luck.
That's good.
Jonathan had a lot of information, so I just wanna
Yeah,
nice,
no, I like
short,
that.
simple. What is luck and what can it do for us?
Good. Nice. That's positive, and I like that too.
Thank you, sir.
We're going into my motivation. I am going to be quick and short as well because I just wanted to spend more time with Jonathan, and we did run a little bit longer there. But I'm going to talk a little bit to stress management, and which is kind of something that is appropriate in this climate and kind of what we're dealing with what everything's going on in the world. So let me take this time to teach a little bit of stress management. It's kind of funny because I probably should practice a little bit what I preach. So I'm going to raise a cup of water, and I'm going to ask you guys, how heavy is that cup of water? What do you guess that is? I'm sure you guys are thinking that this is another half full, half empty type game in question. So really, what do you think? If I give you a cup of water, is it, quarter pound? Is it a half pound? What do you feel that might be? So I say that the weight of the glass of the water in water, it doesn't matter. It actually depends on how long you hold it. A minute wouldn't be a problem to hold that glass of water. No big deal, right? My arm would feel pretty okay, right? So what if I held it for an hour? I might feel some achiness in that. If I had to hold it for a day, my arm would probably feel paralyzed. So guess what? The weight of the water never changes. The longer I hold it, the heavier it feels. So, the stress and worries of our life are just like that cup of water. Think about that for a minute. While nothing happens to change anything, the amount of time that you hold it, and the longer, it keeps that hurt there. And you feel paralyzed, you feel helpless. So it's very important to remember to let go of your stress. Don't carry it for hours, days, months. Put that glass down. So a point really here is that glass of water weighs exactly the same, no matter if I hold it for a minute or 3 days. But 3 days of holding that same glass of water adds so much more stress and pain to what we're doing. So try to put your stresses down. Don't hold them. Don't let them go for a longer period of time than they need to. So that is my little motivation with a little analysis of
Did you
water.
listen to it?
I knew that was coming.
No, I mean
yes.
it was very cool.
Yeah.
It was
It's simple,
Yep.
right? And it's relatable, and that's what kind of touched me through that little right.
For sure.
There you have our motivation and positive vibes for a St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. I do like it too.
I like it. We're gonna keep on ripping through this, and wow, we're gonna do some fun facts.
We are gonna do some
What do
fun
you got?
facts.
What do you
All right.
got?
First, absolutely incredible Kid Day.
What's an incredible kid?
Every year on the third Thursday in March,
Okay. Yep.
Absolutely Incredible Kids Day encourages adults to tell kids how absolutely incredible they are.
That's cool.
Take the challenge a step further and write down a letter to that absolutely incredible kid.
Nice.
It's cute, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
like it.
Yeah.
It's National Farm Rescuer Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So dedicates the third Thursday of March to
Okay.
those who support farmers in need.
Nice.
So when crisis strikes for farmers in forms of illness, natural disaster, the farm rescuers come out and
Oh, that's cool.
help those in need.
Okay. All right.
If you couldn't tell, it is St. Patrick's Day.
It is. It is. Ta-da!
And I do know that
But there's no hat there.
there is a hat there.
But there is a hat
but
there.
now it's
They
got a
can't-
clover on
They
it.
can't see the hat.
There is a hat. There's a beard. With
Look at
a
that.
hat.
That's so cool. The transparency of it. I love it.
And I don't want to talk much about it because you're going to kind of go
Okay.
into it a little bit.
Am I?
Are you?
No, I'm just talking about
Oh,
fun
cool.
facts. Go ahead.
All right, so we're
Yeah.
gonna do trivia, so I don't want to say
Oh,
anything about St.
no.
Patrick's Day. So stay tuned. After this, we're doing some trivia. So
Okay.
I don't
All
want
right,
to
we're
talk
gonna do
anything
some
about St. Patrick's Day
trivia.
right
Okay.
now.
So my fun fact. I'm sorry. Are we done?
I am so done.
Outstanding. So my fun facts are the first St. Patrick's Day parade in New York City happened in 1762. However, that might have been a trivia question, but that's okay because what I found is that the real first St. Patrick's Day parade was done in Spain under the Catholic Church in 1601. So there's one piece of fun fact and trivia that you can talk about at the water cooler. Also, today, on this day, in 1905, FDR, good old Franklin Delano Roosevelt, married Eleanor Roosevelt. Today on this day. Aww. And
Are they Irish?
finally, I don't think so, no.
Is
We'll
that-
check that. We'll check that. We'll do fact checks. 2003, today's date, 2003, President Bush sends the ultimatum to Saddam Hussein, telling him that he's got 48 hours, otherwise, here we come. And guess what? Here we came. So those
Why are you looking at me like that?
all those things happened on 2003 in today. And if those were trivia questions, Ask them again, because I'll get them right. Ha!
Or purposely don't ask them
Yeah.
because I don't want to
We are done with fun facts. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. We're going to do some St. Patrick's Day trivia that you can't see because it's behind the couch, but it's okay. That word is trivia.
Yeah, I was going to try pull downing a pillow.
Can't pull down the pillow.
Hey!
Woohoo! There it is. Trivia. Okay, so this game is going to encompass questions about, bless you,
Thank you.
St. Patrick's Day, and to test our will and knowledge for St. Patrick's Day. I am not feeling great about this because it's not a big thing. Like,
It wasn't until I found out I was Irish.
and I am too, but
But
yeah, my mom is very Irish. My dad's not, so I really didn't take that Irish, passion and love. So
it's been a funny thing because, like, when I was younger, I always wanted to wear green on St. Patrick's Day because
Yeah.
green is my favorite color and stuff. And my mom's like, "We're not Irish," and I used to say like, "Everyone's Irish on St. Patrick's Day," and she used to be
That's
like,
true.
"Well, you're not Irish." So found out with Ancestry I actually am Irish.
Boom.
So I have been doing my Ireland trivia research for
You're gonna
the
win.
last.
So here's the consequence of this game, and it is a consequence. We are taking this up to the next level.
Oh my God.
The loser of this game gets a pleasant surprise delivered by the other, and so stay tuned.
If I'm not here next week, it's because I'm getting fired.
Yeah, and
Beware.
if I'm not here next week, it's because HR took me out of here. So let's go ahead with trivia question number 1. Go ahead, Brett.
All right, in 2020, the St. Patrick's Day parade was canceled in New York City for the first time in how many years because of COVID? Hit the button.
COVID. Buttons. Damn it. You don't know. You're just guessing.
200.
No.
5.
No. Should
Are
I
we
take?
gonna keep guessing or who's closer?
Should I take who's closer or should we do one
Take
more
who's
guess?
closer.
Amy, 250 years.
Yeah, okay, that sucked. All right, question number 2. I'm down 1-0. This is not good. I don't like this.
Okay.
Yep.
The most popular drink to have on St. Patrick's Day is Guinness.
Oh,
Roughly,
I thought that was the question. I was going for it. Okay, go ahead.
roughly how many pints are served on St. Patrick's Day?
We're not going to get it right. It's going to be closest to. Pints of Guinness that are consumed on St. Patrick's Day are in the neighborhood of 4,206.
Oh, it's gotta be more than that.
Well, give a number.
Well, it's like Price is Right, right? I'm going up because it's closest
Okay.
to. So it's gotta be more than 4,000. It's gotta be like in the millions.
4,206 is my answer. I'm staying with it.
It's in the millions somewhere.
Okay.
Millions.
closer?
It is 13 million.
4,000?
I told you I'm not good at.
4,000? You're good at numbers, though.
I didn't listen to the question. Okay.
You were still stuck
How
on
many,
Guinness.
how many questions are there?
I mean, I have a bunch, but
Okay.
Amy's looking pretty good. So
It's 2-0, Amy. Okay, I need at least 2 more questions to see if I can tie it. Go
Okay.
ahead.
What is the major Catholic holiday does St. Patrick's occur on? St. Patrick's Day occur during. Sorry.
Can you? I don't even know what the question was.
Easter/Lent.
Drew got it.
I still don't know the question.
okay.
Can you say it one more time so I
Just,
can so I can make my brain understand this?
what major Catholic holiday does St. Patrick's Day occur during? Sorry.
Okay, well it's Lent.
I got
If
it.
you
right.
asked it that way, I would have gotten that.
But I buzzed first. Okay, 2-1. Here we
Okay.
go.
The first ever St. Patrick's Day parade in 1762 didn't take place
You
in
just talked
Ireland,
about this.
as you might have thought. Where did it take place?
United States. You said New York.
I did say New York City.
Well, it said United States, but okay. We won't use that
We
question.
will not. Okay, throw it out. 2-1, still you. Oh my gosh.
I'm sweating.
I'm not excited either.
St. Patty's Day is celebrated annually on March 17th.
Yes, it is.
Which is the anniversary of what?
The next coming of Jesus Christ. And the anniversary of what? Go ahead. I get it right. What is it?
This is when he died.
Yeah.
When St. Patrick died.
Yeah.
I lose.
Okay, so I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna give you the option.
Okay.
You can either have green or you can just have plain.
Go ahead with green. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Are you sure? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's getting a little soupy.
It's okay.
Do you want to take off your jacket?
I'm certain. Do I have to?
Can I have a victory whipped cream squirt in my
Amy
face?
has won the game.
Do you care about that shirt?
It's okay. It can be cleaned.
Do we have a towel we can tuck in?
No, it's all right. Just I lost the game.
Well, I can't open
I'm
this.
ready
Hold
to
on.
Bring it. So as a loser to this game,
Dude, this is gonna like leak everywhere.
Put this on
as a
him.
loser to this
Dude.
game,
Can I?
Tuck that in your front.
is it
This is-
done, is it done too soon?
No, this.
Yeah. What happened? That
I
really got
cannot buy
flat.
this.
Okay,
No.
so what I can do is,
Yep.
where did my bottle go?
Yep.
I took it.
It's over here. Make a new.
That's why I came up with.
Quick little new. Give it back. All right. I am taking a trivia pie to the face. It looks like, and Amy is pre-gaming with the pie. Oh my gosh.
If I break your nose, I
Okay,
apologize.
that's enough. That's good. Holy mother of God.
I've never
You
done
hear
this
that in the
ever.
background?
I have to get my money worth.
Wow. Did you empty it? Yeah, whip it.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, this is really happening.
Oh my gosh. As loser, I get to get a pie to the face.
I am terrified right
Go
now.
ahead. Be gentle. Don't come in as a harpoon. Go ahead. I'm ready. I lost the game.
Oh my
Okay, you didn't need to rub it in. Holy mother of God, you brought that with pain and agony. Okay, I lost
Hang
it.
on. Take a picture really quick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Take a. Okay, everybody, put this one in your.
Hold on.
Yes, we got pied in the face. All right, well, I'm gonna go
I
ahead
can't
and
believe I just did that.
before the next segment, I'm gonna clean up.
Is your nose okay?
I'm good. No, I'm good. It was fun. I'm gonna let you take the next segment. I'm gonna step off and.
Do you want me to take your soupy pie?
Nope.
Okay.
Let's leave that one. I'll be right back, everybody. Stand by. Amy, you've got the next segment.
Oh, I guess so. I guess I'll take this segment. Okay, so just want to do a quick little recap that the entire year we are doing giveaways for each month based on listenership based on listenership and comments and likes and shares with Title Talk. So we have our names in here that they're going. I can't even. That just happened. It's on your shoulder too. So yes, please make sure that if you are watching Title Talk right now, you are sharing or commenting, and we're going to replay it tomorrow night. So if nighttime is better for you to watch Title Talk, be sure to tune in so you can get entered in tonight. I'm so sorry. I'm watching you.
I'm using my ears.
Whipped cream out of your ears. I'm so sorry. So we will replay Title Talk later today. So make sure you tune in on our Facebook page to make sure you get yes. I can't.
Woo!
So I'm taking the opportunity.
Whippets. All
I'm
right.
taking.
Back.
You look pretty good. You got some on your hairline.
Oh, I do. I can feel it. Wow. That was a good pie face.
Thank God we didn't do the green.
Thank God we did not do the green.
Oh,
that would
yeah.
have been bad.
The green was soupy. It was done too early.
Okay, sorry. So
Carry on. Here we go.
I am taking the opportunity to announce officially Tim Jr.'s 3rd annual golf outing. Happy St. Patrick's Day! So yes, it is going to be at Glen Woody Golf Club on July 24th. It's a Sunday. We're going to start opening up reservations.
Yes.
The Facebook event will be posted today. We're going to do everything last year, but bigger,
But bigger and greater. Absolutely.
better, and so those behind us are just a couple pictures from
Last year it was really
Yeah.
a great time. This is the 3rd annual. I'm so thankful that we were a part of it.
It was
I'm so thankful to be a
fantastic.
part of it again. I know this is something near and dear to you and your family. So to allow us or the company to really get involved and participate
Yeah.
is great. It's obviously something that matters a lot to me in the whole giving and et cetera. So yeah, we're gonna start putting blasts out there. Save the date. It's July 24th.
July 24th.
Let's make this big.
The foursome that won last year are already saying they're coming back to
Yep.
defend their title.
They're not winning.
So we are very, very excited about this. Like I said, I will be putting this on our Facebook page so you can stay up to date on all things the outing. If you don't golf, we are still giving the opportunity to come for dinner, to hang out with us, to
donate.
donate, sponsor, put up a sign, donate a basket for raffles. So yeah, thank you
There's
for
all kinds of opportunities for
Yes.
giving. So yeah,
Yes.
no, that's outstanding.
yeah.
We got our blood drive coming up here at the end of the month. We're going to be doing the quick little end of the month. Everybody's going to give blood, and
Yep.
we've all got our time slots and dates, so we're ready to do that. Crohn's and colitis walk we got going on. The
Homes for Heroes we're
Homes for
doing.
Heroes. Remember that the proceeds too from that golf outing, all of them, every single dollar is going to the Miracle League of Joliet.
Yeah, Junior used to be super involved. His godson was a member of the Miracle League, so that's how he got to play baseball. It's a really great organization for special needs children. And Tim Jr. is, like I said, he was heavily involved with that. So
Excited about
we were
this.
able to give them $5,000 last year,
Yeah.
and we're hoping to try to
Exceed that.
double that.
Yeah, I'd like to get that to a $10,000 number, and I think with your guys' help, with your guys' sponsorship and participation in this, I don't think that there's any reason that we couldn't get that number to that 10,000.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's our
gonna be
goal.
awesome.
So certainly, you guys, the Inspired Title is just Inspired Business is just more than a development company, a title company. We're definitely a company that's out there in the community. We're definitely a company that is wanting to use the proceeds from what you guys do and what we do together
Mm-hmm.
to give back to the community and to some of these great organizations
Absolutely.
that we're partnering up with. So
Can't wait.
absolutely, I think we did it.
Yeah.
Right, I took the pie to the face like a champ, and you delivered it like a champ. I am
Yeah,
thankful.
you look pretty clean.
I am thankful that we had a great guest on here today.
Yeah.
I am thankful for the team and the hard work that goes into the show each and every week. I'm thankful for the team that is behind the scenes watching and listening and working. I'm just very blessed to have a great group of people around me that sees the vision that I'm kind of creating and really is buying into all that we're doing, and I'm really excited to see what we accomplish in these next few months to come. So let's give these folks our quote for the day,
Ooh.
send them on their way, and guys, if
Fantastic.
you have any questions, if there's things that you want to know, if you want a pie to your face, Amy's happy to do that on the side. It's
I would-
not a problem.
yeah, okay.
I was her first pie to the face, so now I'm sure she's going to be good at it. So
Running
she
around,
can
pieing
certainly-
random
Yeah,
in the
she'll
face.
certainly pie any client or any guest that we want. So what do you got?
All right, I'm gonna finish it up. St. Patrick's Day, luck. I'm a greater believer in luck, and I
Yes.
find the harder I work, the more I have of it.
That is awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That is awesome.
I'm a greater believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it.
And I'm just going to speak to that for 1 second.
Yeah, of course.
Because that is so brilliant. And do you know who said that?
I don't.
Okay, I love it.
I can look really good.
And I think that that's something, yesterday we did I did a TV show for with one of our attorney client partners, and she invited me on to talk about the business and the industry, what's going on, and obviously I turned it into some community conversation. That conversation, that opportunity
Thomas
has
Jefferson,
nice.
little TJ.
That opportunity has morphed into maybe me having the opportunity to have my own TV show once a month. That's the luck piece that Amy just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The more you do it, the better chances you have of getting
Yep.
it. That's so great.
Yeah.
And I just quickly related to that. So
I did.
if you cannot do great things, do some small things in a great way today. Let's get out there and let's change the world. Let's make a difference in people's lives. Put an effort into making a difference in somebody's life today. Whether you just pick up the phone and call and say, hey, it's been a while, make a difference. It's such a great feeling. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for tuning in each and every week. Thank you for supporting what we do. Please share this. Tell your family and friends that we're doing this. We're going to do this next week a little bit later.
Yes, we're gonna try that noonish time slot.
Yeah, noon
So,
30 I think is when we're
yeah,
going to
noon
this.
30. So make sure you are.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for a little bit later show.
Yeah, we'll obviously
Time
broadcast
on
and
your lunch
announce
break.
that. Yeah,
Save your lunch break at work for the 12:30 time slot.
Absolutely.
And we can help that.
and I think we're going to have a guest as well.
Yep.
We're going to try that noon 30 time slot to see if we can get the listenership up, but we can get the listenership up with your help as well by telling your family and friends to watch this, because there's a lot of value in what we do. So thank you guys so very much for tuning in today and every day. We are the Inspired Business Group. My name is Drew.
My name is Amy.
We are letting you go back to your day. And thank
and don't
you.
forget, keep up with your weight loss challenges.
Yes, we did not mention the weight loss
Sorry, I
challenge
just
this
was
week.
thinking about it. I was
Yeah.
thinking about it as I was talking, and I
Keep
didn't.
pushing.
Yes.
And what we'll do is we'll put some motivational things going on this week to encourage you guys and keep you guys in that same realm. We're all doing it, so let's see what your results are as well. So until next week, everybody, have a great week. Take care.
Happy
Enjoy
St. Patrick's Day.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. That is it for this week's edition of Title Talk. Be sure to head over to our Inspired YouTube page and subscribe and like. And make sure you follow the team on Instagram and Facebook. Join us again next time for more tips and knowledge from the industry pros. Thanks again for listening.